as a teacher, some teachers say, you are making excuses for these kids. What would you say to that?
Yeah, it can often seem like the brain-based approach is making excuses for students, but it's really also holding them accountable. And that's something that we encourage as NeuroLogic specialists. And what we're doing is coaching the teachers to see how stress and trauma affect the developing brain. And once you have this perspective, then you can start to utilize the most appropriate consequence and hold the student accountable based on where they're at and what they need.
Absolutely. I got another one for you. All right. You were just giving them toys and candy. Like, what's that all about?
Yeah, we hear that a lot too. But the reality is that fidgets are not toys, they're actually tools. And what fidgets are really doing is they're providing a sensory tool for students to regulate the lower parts of their brain. So anything that's tactile is super, super regulating. And then when it comes to candy, hard candy like mints or chewing gum activates that sucking reflex, which is super regulating again to the lower parts of the brain. And once those lower parts are regulated, now the student has more access to the thinking part of their brain, which is what teachers want in their classroom.
Okay. Now, I hear a lot of teachers say things like this. They say, I'm not a therapist. I'm just here to educate. I'm not a counselor. Like, how would you respond to that?
That is definitely one that's really tough, especially when, as a teacher, you feel like you have to wear so many different hats walking into the classroom. And the reality is that there's certain skills that therapists and counselors provide that teachers can too. And those skills can look like communication, listening, even emotional regulation. And those things can be carried out into the real world too.
Now, the last one.
Okay.
All right. Teachers feel like they don't have any time to do these things. How would you respond?
This one is actually my favorite one because I like to lean into that resistance a bit. And what we offer and what we coach teachers might seem like one more thing, but the reality is this can be absorbed into their already existing routines. Breaks, brain breaks and fidgets and, opportunities for emotional regulation can be part of the daily warm-up, or part of the exit ticket on the way out. So that's how I would lean into the time concern.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Victoria, for coming on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate you so much. Wealth of knowledge.